Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you're left behind? You look at yourself in the mirror and you feel like everyone else has figured life out except you. You're wondering, what's wrong with me? You go online on social media, you're scrolling and you're seeing the wins of your friends, of your peers, of your colleagues, people getting new jobs, going for vacations, making millions, doing big things, buying houses, achieving great things. And when you look at yourself, you can't like say that same thing about yourself. You can't point out that type of result in your life. And because of this, you begin to feel like you are behind. You begin to feel like your life is not um, bringing forth the type of results that, with the efforts that you are putting, you're not seeing the type of results that you want or that you desire. This video, in this video, I'm going to be addressing that feeling, and I'm going to also let you know that this feeling, it is not a fact. Like I said, it's just a feeling, it's not a fact. It doesn't define you, it doesn't define who you are, it doesn't define your ability, and it doesn't define your life, it doesn't define whether you're slow or you're fast. It's just a feeling, and just like the feeling of hunger or the feeling of anger, it will fade away. So you should allow the moment where you feel behind to now limit you and keep you from achieving the bigger things that you could have achieved if this feeling was not there. So these are the things that we're going to be addressing in the video. We're going to be talking about what it is, what it actually means to feel behind, where this feeling is coming from, and why you should not accept it. So stay tuned so we can learn together. The feeling of being behind is not something that you should actually pay attention to. It's just an emotional weight of comparison. You're asking yourself, you're telling yourself that you're not where you thought you were going to be at a particular age or time. And when you begin to see your friends or your peers or people that are close to you reaching that thing, achieving that thing that you wished to have achieved at that age, and you're not in that position, you begin to get this feeling that, oh, you're behind. It comes from different things. Like for me, it came from cultural pressure. This cultural pressure where the culture seems to define what you should be doing with your life at a particular age. Like you should be a graduate at 22, at 25, you should get a job at 28, you should be married at 30, you should own a house. I mean, who gives all these timelines? Who are the people that gives this timeline and say, okay, these are the ages in which you should achieve this. At 65, you should be retired. Who is the person that defines all of this? All these things are just what is called social clock. It's just a clock that somebody or somebody somewhere just came up with and like, oh, I think I want to go with this, and every other person have accepted it as a no, and we allow it to define the way we see our life. And the moment you're not able to achieve it or do exactly what the clock says, you begin to tell yourself that you're not doing enough. You begin to tell yourself that you're behind. You begin to tell yourself that you're too late. When other people have figured life out at 28, they figured life out even before they were 25, and you're 35 and you still seem to be so lost and you feel like, oh my god, I'm so late, I'm so behind, I'm so this, I'm so that. I want you to drop that feeling today. All of these things are just social clocks that is all nonsense. It doesn't matter what age you are. At any time, at any age, you can start doing anything the moment you feel that you're ready. If at 22 you feel like you want to go back to med school, fine. And if you're already 55 and you feel like, oh, I think I want to actually be a medical doctor, go for it. It's your life. Don't let any social clock or any peer pressure or cultural pressure to define what you want to do with your life. Some of the reasons why you should not accept the feeling of being behind. Don't accept it as your reality, because the truth is you're not behind, you're not late. And one of those reasons is that it is not rooted in truth. Yes, everybody's race is different. I know this may sound cliche, but it's actually the truth. Your race is different from your friend's race, from your neighbor's race, from your family. There is this saying in Yoruba that says that even twins that are born on the same day, they don't have the same journey, they don't have the same race, they don't have the same goals and visions for their life. So they can't be looking at each other and be competing with each other. So the truth is that you're not in a competition with anybody. When God created man, He did not create us with the intention of us competing with one another. If not, He would have given us different ideas. He would have given us different abilities or talents. We would have all probably just had one ability. Probably he would have just given us the ability to tend to gardens and grow plants. So everybody now would have just been maybe a farmer or a gardener. And that is where you can start saying you want to start competing with one another. Who is the best farmer? Who is the best gardener? Who is this, is that? God did not create us with the intention of us competing with one another. So if there is anybody that you're competing with in life, it's yourself. You're competing against yourself and against your past. You're trying to prove to yourself and not to anybody, prove to yourself that you can do whatever you feel like you want to do. There are so many examples of people that I'm going to be saying before the end of this video. People who, even at a later age, they started doing things that they wanted to do right from when they were young and they could not do, and yet they still attained success in it. So that is one. God's intention for mankind was not for us to compete with one another. So you're not in a race. You're not in a race with anybody. Everybody's journey is different. So I learn to accept your journey as unique. Look inwards. Look at your wins. Look at where you are now, where you're coming from. Fix your gaze on where you're going to, and be and celebrate your little wins. Celebrate your little wins. Celebrate your little progress. Celebrate the little steps that you take. Believe in yourself that okay, at least you're putting one foot in front of the other. It doesn't matter whether it's there on social media. You might not be posting it on social media, but you're actually doing something. You're actually making progress. So look beyond what you see on social media. Look inwards. Appreciate your little progress. Appreciate your little wins. Also, feeling behind leads to bitterness, self sabotage, and burnout. Yes. The thing is that comparison feels heavy, and that's envy fuels bitterness in you. When you begin to see others and you focus on their success, you focus on the things that they are achieving that you are not achieving. There is this thing you can't control it. The more you continue to feel something, you can't control the feeling that comes. This feeling of bitterness begins to come, and even when you're trying to convince yourself that you're happy for the next person, in truth you're not actually happy because you are at that moment you're bitter. You're bitter that why are you not having the same story to tell? Why are you not having the same wins? Why are you not able to show what you're also doing to the world? Why are people not clapping for you as well? So feeling behind, if you continue to allow that feeling to grow inside of you, it can lead to bitterness. It can also lead to self sabotage. You begin to sabotage yourself, telling yourself that you're not good enough. You begin to tell yourself that your efforts are all just a waste. You begin to tell yourself that you're not doing what you need to do, even if you're putting in your best. You begin to water down your efforts, and that is not going to help your growth. It's not going to help your growth. It's not going to help your health. It's not going to allow you to be happy with yourself. It's not going to allow you to be at peace with yourself. And it can also lead to burnout. Yes. At this moment when you're feeling behind, you don't want to do anything. At that moment you're like, okay, since my efforts are not showing results, let me just let me just drop it all. This is burnout. This is emotional breakdown, and you just break down, and at that moment you're not ready to take any step. You're not ready to do anything again, and that is actually when you begin to go down. That is actually when the feeling of being behind. That is actually when it is true, because at this moment now you have accepted it. You have inhabited it in yourself, and you have allowed it to water down your essence. So these things is um is the reasons why you should not accept it. Also, delay is not denial. God's timing is actually the best. In Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, God was saying there that write down your visions, right? He said, write down your vision. He said, it will surely come. And he said, it might be slow, but what? It will surely come in its set time, in due time, it will come. And he also said that it will not be delayed. In Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, I don't have my Bible here, I would have read it to us. Said, that thing that you're hoping for, that thing that you're trusting God for, those things that you're seeing your friends achieving, and you're also inclined to achieve such as well. As long as you're doing it the right way, yours too would come. But he said it will not be delayed. The set time, there is a set time for everybody. God's timing, your time in God's hands is different from that of another person. So the other person might have received his own now. That doesn't mean that you will receive your own as well. All you just have to do is keep doing what you're doing, keep focusing, keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. The results will soon come. You will soon have your own testimony. You will soon have your own success. And if you want to put it out there, fine. If you don't want to, fine. So before I continue, if this video has helped you in any way, if you've been blessed by the video, I want you to support me by liking, by commenting, dropping a comment, sharing, and most importantly, also subscribe to the channel so you will get notified whenever I drop a new video. Thank you so much. So the last thing I'm going to be saying before we end the video is I'm going to be giving 7 actionable steps. Yes, actionable steps that you can actually take. And these are not just things I want to just say to you, but things that I also practice. So the first step I'm going to be mentioning is first one is identify the trigger. Yes, for you to have any feeling, for you to start having any thoughts, there is something that triggers it. So you need to first of all identify where is it coming from. Is it from family? Are you in a type of family whereby your parents or siblings or people around you are pressuring you to maybe get married or do something at a particular age, and they keep pressuring you day and night, you might have to separate yourself from them. So you need to identify, where is this pressure coming from? What is this thing? Where is this trigger coming from? Is it social media? You need to first of all identify. And the second step is to unfollow or mute. Now, when I mean unfollow or mute, there's a scripture that says, guard your heart with all diligence. So I'm going to say, guard your eyes with all diligence. If you know that, okay, when you go online on social media, there are some particular people that you follow, and when you go through their pages, it doesn't, their content disrupts your peace. It doesn't allow you to be at peace with yourself. I don't think there's anybody that is forced to follow anyone. You can just unfollow strategically. And it's not out of hate, it's not out of bitterness. We just know that, okay, if this person's content like tampers with my peace, so I'll rather just unfollow so I can have peace with myself. So you guard your eyes so you can be able to guard your heart. And if also you're in a family where the family members are the one pressuring you, you might have to start thinking of how you can separate yourself so you can also find peace in yourself. Because the truth is, if you're not able to find peace in yourself, you won't be able to do anything. And when we say not don't be too in a haste to achieve what others are achieving. I'm not trying to encourage mediocrity. I'm not trying to encourage, oh, okay, since at the age of 65, I can always stand up and go back to med school, or at the age of 65, I can do whatever it is I want to do. Okay, let me just chill. At the age of 40, I can figure my life out. No, that's not what we are saying. What we are saying is that the fact that you have not done it yet, not because you're not trying, but because you've not gotten it yet, doesn't mean that you're not doing it well. So you have to first of all find peace in yourself, because for you to know and see clearly where you're going to, you have to find peace in where you are. You have to find, first of all, find yourself, know who you are, get your own visions, not something that is fueled by another person's story or another person's pressure. Don't be pressured by somebody to achieve something. Do it when you're ready. When you feel okay, you're ready to do this, then go for it. So unfollow, identify the trigger, and unfollow them. Those are the two things. And I wrote them down so I will not forget. Another thing I do is you can start a God's timing journal. Yeah. Write down your wins. You need to be able to take notes of your little steps, because these are some of the mistakes that we make. We forget the little progress that we make, and um we're trying to look for something magnificent that we can post out there, and people will clap for us and say, wow, you were able to achieve this. Meanwhile, there are little things that you've been doing. You wrote that book, you wrote that ebook, or you wrote, even if you're unable to write the whole book, you wrote just a chapter of the book yesterday, or you were able to send one particular CV, even if it was just one, you were able to apply for that job role, or you took the particular course and you were able to finish it, or whatever it is, no matter how small, you made one post, even if that post has not gone viral, at least you made it and you dropped it. It's that step enough is more than enough to celebrate. You don't have to wait until when you've now finally gone viral, you now have all the followers in the world, then you can now come online and say, oh yes, I got all the no 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 no. You have to learn to celebrate your little wins. So you can get a journal, write them down. The things that you're able to achieve, maybe at the end of the day, just pick your journal. What are the things that I achieved today? You just write them down as a sign of gratitude. So being grateful for the things that you have is very important, because it allows you to be in the moment. It allows you to find peace in where you are. It allows you to find peace in your present moment. So you can also do that, and also reduce your scrolling and increase your seeking. As a child of God, one thing that has actually helped me is spending more time in seeking God than scrolling through social media. And I'm saying this out of experience. I used to be a scroller, someone that's always scrolling through social media, looking for what is not lost. But when I found out that this thing is affecting my peace, I decided that, okay, rather than scroll, I'm going to use this time to seek God, ask him questions. Oh, okay, so God, what is that thing that I'm supposed to be doing right now? What do you think I should focus on right now? What are the things that I should let go of? What are the things I should work on? Like, get into conversations with God rather than scrolling through social media. Ask God, what season of your life are you in? And the last thing I want to say is change your language. Yes, change your language. Speak from growth. Speak from growth and not from guilt. Rather than saying, oh, I think by now I should be this. Rather than that, tell yourself, I am becoming this person. I am becoming this person. I am preparing. I am in a stage of preparation to become the best version of myself. I am in a stage of preparation where I can become the best mother in the future. I'm not married yet, and that is because God is preparing me to be the best wife to my husband in the future. I don't have a job yet because God is preparing me to be the best colleagues, to be the best to my colleague rather. I'm not I've not traveled out yet because God is preparing me for something that He wants me to do here in Nigeria. Rather than being negative, focus on the positive. When your time comes, everything is going to work smoothly. Speak from growth and not from guilt.